So I'm going to So I'm approaching you with what's been marked as D72 for identification. This is a transcript of a proceeding that you participated in back in April of this year, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to direct your attention to, first I'm going to direct your attention to page 159. And this is labeled Bernhard Direct, right?
Correct.
And this is where you're sworn in. Officer Brendan Bernhard, sworn state's witness, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so this is your testimony moving forward, starting on page 159.
Correct.
Okay, now I'm going to direct your attention to page 186. We're going to start at the bottom. And you say, I'm asking you about the security footage, right? And I say, and you didn't explain, like you said, you didn't explain why you were asking him the questions about the security footage because you didn't even know why you were asking those questions, right? And then you say, I would say that's fair to say, I mean, yeah, I wasn't entirely sure. And then you say, I assumed that they wanted security footage to view, but I didn't know why they wanted to view it exactly. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
Okay. So you did, in prior testimony, you indicated that you did assume that they wanted to look at it, right?
I also testified that the reason I asked him is because my supervisor told me to ask him.
That may be why. We can agree that that's why you asked him, correct? That's why you asked him,
Correct.
right? But the reason why the question was relevant, why you were directed to ask it, is so that the footage could be viewed, right? It's a reasonable assumption.
Objection.
I don't even know where we're going. Can we come up here, please? Objection sustained.
Okay. Sir, you authored a report in this case, right?
Correct.
And you authored it, so you responded to the scene on November 20th of 2018, right?
Correct.
Can we approach, actually?
Sure.
Officer, obviously, this conversation with Mr. Caneiro happened before the DVR was retrieved, because that's the purpose of you having the conversation with him in the first place, is so that they know where to then find it, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, that was on November 20th of 2018, correct?
Correct.
Your report was not, you authored a report in this case?
I did.
It was not provided to the prosecutor until last year in 2025, correct?
Objection.
What's the relevance of the date of his report?
The fact that it was provided 7 years later, and and the reason is a Spillman reason, which
Okay,
is relevant.
go ahead.
That's correct.
Okay. And so the reason why your report wasn't provided until 7 years later is because at the time that you wrote the report, you weren't able to enter into Spillman. Is that correct?
I wasn't able to enter into that particular call in Spillman.
Okay. And and when did you, tell me if I'm wrong, at the time that you tried to enter your report, you were trying to write it directly into Spillman, correct?
Correct.
And just so the jurors are aware, what is Spillman?
Spillman is the police database that my police department uses, which we write reports on, and there's a lot of police data on it, confidential police data on it, and that's where we write our police reports on.
Okay. And when did you write your report originally?
I'd like to clarify, I believe I previously testified that it was estimated a day or two after the call for service.
Right.
A more accurate depiction would be between November 20th and November 29th.
Okay, so somewhere in a 9-day time period is what you're saying?
Correct.
So originally you thought maybe it was a day or two, now you're saying it could be a little more than a week.
Correct.
You're not sure when.
The report was saved to when Spillman was locked and I could not access it. I wrote the report on a Word document and saved it to my police file on our police department computer. That file was last edited on November 29th
Okay.
of 2020.
All right. So at that time when you attempted to put it into Spillman, Spillman was locked, meaning you could no longer enter your report into Spillman.
Correct.
And that's because the call or the case was closed at that point, is what you're saying?
The Spillman case was locked,
Okay. And well, why would it be locked?
so no reports could be added or deleted.
Okay. And does that normally happen when the case is concluded?
I mean, in my opinion, the case is still active. I guess if the investigation is concluded, if that's what you...
Well, like, who decides when to lock Spillman?
Objection.
I'm not sure.
He doesn't know.
So, in your report, you discuss your role on the 20th, correct?
Correct.
And at the end of your report, you write NFAT, which stands for no further action taken?
Correct.
Okay, but there was further action taken because, as you just testified, you actually transported Mr. Caneiro that night, correct?
Correct.
And it was the same day, but it was later that evening,
Correct.
maybe going into the next day, but like around midnight or so?
I don't remember the exact time, but yes, later that evening.
Okay. And you didn't memorialize anything about that in your report, correct?
No.